I've always loved men's ministry. I can remember from the time I was probably like 9 years old, my father would take me to the monthly men's breakfast at church. Now, this was way different from Sunday school or church. I mean, men were working in the kitchen, and there was a hearty meal, and then someone, always from out of town, would share a few words after the meal. It was kind of like camping, but indoors. Well, as I got older, I began feeling a burden for men's ministry. I think the reason is I really couldn't see any fruit from these men's breakfasts. Not only were there no chips flying, I couldn't even tell we were swinging the axe. Well, I set out to change that. I got this idea, a skeet shoot. I mean, men love to blow things up. And men like to be, outdoors where we can, smoke and chew tobacco, pass gas. I mean, this was going to be great. So I went to the church with a little flyer I had made up and asked permission to post them right above the urinals in the men's restroom. Boy, they thought that was a bad idea. First, I guess the idea of a serious communique in a men's room just wasn't on their radar, and they just kind of felt it was somehow dirty or something. I don't know. But more importantly, this event didn't have the official blessings of the Southern Baptist Convention. Well, I was undeterred, so what I did is I printed up some business cards. They were that safety orange color that you see on the cones on the side of the road and the barricades, that just smacked of masculinity. Well, I handed them out very discreetly at church, and the day of the event came. Now, it hadn't rained in weeks, but folks, it made up for it that day. My plans were being washed away in that deluge, and I went to the farm where we were going to have the skeet shoot, and 3 things happened to my amazement. First, about 75 people showed up in the pouring down rain. Secondly, my phone was ringing off the hook. Men were calling saying, "When are we going to reschedule?" And third, it stopped raining. Oh, we had a great time. Men from many area churches showed up, and I have no idea how they found out about it. Unchurched men showed up. Wow. We're on to something. Well, and we formed a leadership team to organize future events, and we met every week. And so for the next event, the attendance doubled. It was great. Well, more meetings occurred. We arranged for dog training demonstrations, arm wrestling competition, chainsaw demonstrations, food, and I mean a lot of food. Hay rides for the kids, the smell of a diesel tractor, and are you getting the picture, folks? Testosterone. It reeked of it. It was great. I have no idea how many attended. It was an all-day thing, but it had to be in the neighborhood of 500. Well, more meetings. We set aside a time after the meal that a preacher could come on board and say a few words, and we also arranged for an offering to help pay for all this stuff. And then we set up these greeter men that wore a special jacket, camouflage, whatever, to mingle and hand out tracts. Well, the next event was well attended, but somehow the excitement just wasn't there like it had been in previous events. Well, the event after that was even less attended, and specifically, no unchurched men were showing up. The decline continued. What happened? Well, everything was fine until we churchified it. I'm sorry. I truly am. I wish I could give the thing a better report. But we had no choice. To get the churches on board, with the money, we had to give them something. They wouldn't support a skeet shoot, but they would support an outdoor men's outreach event. Well, I won't devote any more words today on how we have feminized church, maybe in another episode. But my heart grieves, and I hope that by sharing it, somehow the message will get out that we're failing to reach men. In fact, we're pretty much doing everything to drive them off. But there was something else wrong. Not institutional. Personal. Folks, these skeet shoots were the pinnacle of my men's ministry. Today, it lays in ruin, went down in flames. Here's the problem. No, my problem. You see, I set out to do great things for the Lord, and I actually got off to a good start. You know, my plan was working. My plan, not God's. You see, God never asked me to do any of this. I just thought it was a great idea, and I asked God to bless me and my good works. I've learned from my mistakes. I hope you'll learn from them too. That's what's on my mind today. But I'm interested in your thoughts, and I would be honored if you would take a moment, just a moment, to leave a comment in the space provided on this page. I read them, and who knows, maybe someone else will too. Hey, let's get connected on Twitter. It's below my chin, @DataGenesis. The talking point notes of this video episode is in my written blog. It's up there. And I do these videos together with a team of Christian men and women in hopes of, inspiring you. In hopes of uplifting your day a little bit. And in hopes of empowering you in your walk with the Lord. I hope that you'll subscribe to this YouTube channel and check out some of the other videos.